What's up guys, Woo here, back again with another Division 2 video guys, and this is something that's got me fairly excited. Just get back on screen. Sorry, he ran off screen. Yes guys, this particular bit of news from Friday's PTS patch notes for Phase 2 did wet me on whistle, and because I like this weapon. I always have. I've always had an affinity with it. Again, so much so, you know when you like something, you really like something, that you want to get an additional one, and it never tends to happen. You're just left with an average rolled weapon. Yeah, that's what kind of happens in the game. Well, I find that with me and my RNG. But I'm talking about a weapon called the Chameleon. Now, I've always found this to be a really kind of situational, quirky, again, not meta by any stretch, but just a fun weapon to use. And again, it is very underpowered, and again, we can safely say as a community that the weapon is underpowered and fairly underwhelming. It does have some good properties on the talent which could elevate it. Of course, guys, elevate it to another level, but still, it's a quirky, underused, kind of something you stick on this mantelpiece because it is what it is. But the good news is, it is getting a substantial buff. Yes, guys, a really good substantial buff, to the point where this weapon could be top tier. In fact, it could be along with the meta ARs. Let's take a look. So guys, yeah, the old Chameleon. And I love this. It's just a beautiful, beautiful weapon. It's the kind of weapon you take to a kid's party just to make them feel uneasy. It's really nice. But knowing these kids nowadays, when you pop out the Chameleon, they go, screw you, I've got an Eagle Bearer. Yes, guys, got an eBay $300. You know, it's one of those things. It could happen. But I do like the aesthetic of the Chameleon. It's quite a sexy weapon. I love white on a weapon. It really makes it shine. And again, just it ascends it to make it look top tier and really, really beautiful. Anyway, let's talk about buffs. So the Chameleon is getting a damage increase of 32.8%, which is the highest increase for an exotic weapon in TU10. Again, this is all subject to change, we know that. But still, this weapon is so far under the microscope, and always has been, I don't see this changing. Given these, again, this substantial buff, this elevation of damage, will make it quite usable in PvE and even PvP. I think this has a really good place now in PvP. And don't worry, I've got some builds lined up for this bad boy. So guys, they've also changed the functionality of the Chameleon. Take a look at this. So they've added a functionality that retains your current buffs to the next combat encounter when combat ends. So guys, you probably know, once you're stacking these percentage damage or crit hit, what happens is once it's active, it's on a timer. Once that timer again diminishes, that's it. You've got to build it back up again. Which again, it is what it is. That is the talent. I understand that. But to have this in tow, so when you're in combat and then you take an enemy down and there's no more combat, what happens is the timer stops, which is pretty cool. It retains the buffs, and I like that. I really like that, because that means that talent will last longer and will last in combat, which is awesome. I really like this now. In terms of the current talents, or the current, again, bonuses you'll get from the talent, it's hitting 30 headshots grants 20% crit chance and 50% crit damage for 45 seconds. So easy way, guys, build through about 40% critical hit chance. You don't need any more because this talent will buff it consistently. And then in terms of the headshot, body shots, hitting 60 body shots grants 80% weapon damage for 45 seconds. It's a nice, sexy 80%. And then factor in the 32.8% damage increase by just the standard generic buff. You know, you're talking some carnage here. And then hitting 30 leg shots grants 150% reload speed for 45 seconds. And again, the buffs refresh when out of combat. And this is good. This is really good, guys. I'm happy. I'm happy to see that this weapon is finally getting some love, because look at it. It's a beautiful ivory beast, and I really enjoy using this. But again, I just feel a bit underwhelmed, a bit meh, and that's the kind of problem I have with a lot of exotics in the game. But with this, now it's getting that nice substantial kick in the balls. I do feel I do feel this will be up there with the EB. So guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. Do you think this could now be a player in the AR meta? Because I think it's going to be pretty tasty. But guys, as always, if you enjoy the video, thumbs doodle, yeah, we know it helps. And of course, if you're not subbed to the channel, drop the woo bomb, sub button, ding the bell, and all that jazz. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.